Let's talk shop, let's chop chop and give it a little real talk, period. And today I want to talk about the controversial issue of rape abortions, right? And my take on the matter, right? So let me break it down like this. Now, a lot of you abortionists have emotional appeals that are self-centered and linear in nature. For example, I'll say babies have personhood and as a result have human rights. Or as a result of their personhood, they have human rights. Thus, killing someone with personhood and with human rights is in fact now deemed murder, right? Of which the abortionists then respond with, but the rape victim shouldn't have to carry a reminder of her trauma. So she should be able to get an abortion. She should be able to kill her baby, right? Which in essence pretty much translates to the rape victim is the only victim that matters. That's a selfish, completely selfish and immoral way of thinking. All of you abortionists are so stuck on advocating for the victim that was raped that you neglect to acknowledge the person you yourself intend to premeditatedly victimize after being victimized yourself. How can you be up in arms about your victimization after being raped, which is terrible, by the way, which is indeed terrible? How can you be up in arms about your victimization after being raped, then turn around and victimize someone else by murdering them and then excuse your murder, your victimization of someone else due to the fact that you yourself were a victim? Like, how does that work? You cannot claim the moral high ground of victimization if you victimize others due to your victimization. I mean, that's not the way it works. So basically you're saying that since I was raped, right, this person victimized me and I was raped. And as a result of me being raped, I'm then going to turn around and murder someone because of my rape? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make it okay for me to murder an innocent victim just as much as it wasn't okay to be raped myself. So another point to consider. I am sick and tired of hearing people claim I am very pro-life except in the case of rape, right? I'm pro-life except in the case of rape, of which I'm then pro-choice. That's not the way being pro-life works. You cannot claim a solid position on a wavering stance. Either you believe that the unborn have personhood and have human rights and should be protected just like any other person in this world, or that they don't have personhood and don't have human rights and should be aborted at will with no consideration. Saying that you're a staunch anti-abortionist until you're an abortionist is like saying I'm a staunch vegan until I eat meat. I cannot be a vegan meat eater any more than you can be an anti-abortionist because each stance when they're paired together is contradictory to one another. You have to pick one. You absolutely have to pick one. You cannot straddle the fence. You cannot straddle the fence when it comes to abortion. You cannot be sometimes for the murder of babies and sometimes not for the murder of babies. It just depends which way the wind is blowing and if it's happening to this person or if it's happening to that person or if it's happening to me. That's not the way it works. You cannot do that. That's not the way the abortion stance. Standing for babies, not standing for babies. Sometimes I will, sometimes I don't, depending on how I feel. Depends on the month. It depends on the year. That's not the way it works. You must pick a side. You must pick a side, especially when it comes to the murder of innocents. You must pick a side, especially when it comes to those on the right. And pick it and choose it carefully. Because if you deny the science of personhood, when it comes to the personhood of babies, just to suit your subjective emotional take on abortion, then you can no longer criticize the left for their anti-science of denying that men are men and women are women, just to suit their objective emotional take when it comes to transgenderism, right? You can't get on their head. You can't get on their neck about them not believing the science when it comes to transgenderism. You can't say, hey, you should believe the science. The science is clear. A man can't be a woman and a woman can't be a man. But yet and still you deny the very science that says that a fetus is indeed a human being with separate genetic makeup, with separate features and the like. And they have their own fingers and they have their own toes. And no, they're not a part of your body in so much that you now have 20 fingers and 20 toes. No, they are a separate entity. And if you can't get down with that science, then don't get mad at anyone else who can't get down with science themselves. You are in denial just as much as anyone else who denies science and the science of things. And the science of things when it comes to abortion is the fact that it's murder. Okay? Regardless of the situation, regardless of the circumstances, if you intentionally kill your baby, you are murdering your child. Plain and simple, point blank period. So, what do y'all think? Am I off my rocker or do I have some valid points? Let me know in the comment section. Until then, stay tuned for more exclusive content because I always have more real talk to give you. Until next time.